Hey guys, happy Monday. I know I've been saying I'm going to do this vlog for a while, but bear with me as I record this in segments because there's nobody here to record for me. So, this week I'm going to take you through my cleaning regimen once I'm done my meds and how I sterilize everything and just kind of some cleaning tips in general because flu season is definitely upon us and it's important that we keep our house as germ-free as possible. I know some of us feel like we have to live in a bubble, and I just choose not to live in a bubble because that's just me. But others are not so fortunate as me to not be able to live as much out of the bubble as they want. But anyway, so once I get all my meds done here, I'm going to show you kind of how I clean them and how I sterilize them. And this is after each treatment is done, and just kind of little things I do to take the extra steps to keep everything as clean as possible. So let's get started. Okay, segment 2. Now that I'm done all my morning meds, I'm going to show you kind of how this whole process gets started. And like I said, sorry I'm recording this in segments because there's nobody here to help me because David's at work. So here we go. Once I'm done on my meds, I have 2 little baskets that this holds like my nebulizer meds for the day, and the other one holds like all my cups. But I'm actually out of Lysol wipes and Lysol spray. I have to go get them. But normally I would use Lysol wipes on certain things. But just for like my feeding tube pump and my my nebulizer. Hey, my little panda neb. Say hi, panda neb. I would normally wipe those down with Lysol wipes twice a day when I use my nebs. But for now, we're just going to use good old-fashioned alcohol pads because they work just as good. So this is my I'm on Casein this month, so this is my Casein neb. So what I'm going to do is just kind of wipe it down, especially like where you touch it on the front and back. I already Purelled my hands before I did this, so no need to do that again. So unless you like cough in your hands or something, then I would just Purell them before I try to clean everything else because it's just continuously spreading germs. But sorry, I'm like coughing a lot this morning, especially because I'm done my meds. But anyway, so I wipe that down and I put that away up here on my shelf, and it fell, of course, because it's Monday and that's how things go. But if I'm on my Toby, I don't have one nearby to show you. If I'm on my Toby, the mouthpiece that we use to inhale the meds, I wipe that down with an alcohol pad. And once I put it back in the container, I wipe that down too. And I do that twice a day when I do my nebs. Casein's 3 times a day, so I will wipe that down again midday and at the end of the day. Your hoses for your nebulizer, just grab, you don't need Lysol wipes for that, just grab an alcohol pad. There are definitely some things that CF patients should take out stock in, and I think they're like Purell, alcohol pads, tissues, and Lysol, because we can't live without them. So I just go on down the hoses, and I don't let it touch the bed again. And then I wipe my basket down a couple times a day too, just to keep it clean. But I'll wipe it down later this evening because I'm in a rush this morning, and sometimes that happens, but because we're human and not perfect. So, and then I don't use the same alcohol pad for the second hose. I get a different one. And this was for my Parmesan because it's a different type of neb cup. So, just get that wiped down. And I just wrap the alcohol pad around the hose and I just go all the way down with it. And then I just get the ends really good. Now, because I'm out of Lysol wipes and Lysol spray, which actually the Lysol spray I used This is kind of just a general cleaning tip for, especially because it's flu season, but I use it year round. Doorknobs, whether it's your bedroom door, your front door, your back door, inside and outside. You can spray. I have an IV pole for my nutrient. Sorry, my nutrient from last night's still hanging up, but I spray that down with it, or I take a Lysol wipe and wipe it down at least once a week when I do a good deep cleaning of my house. I touch my pump, my feeding pump every day. I touch that every day. So even if I don't have a Lysol wipe up here, I just take it out. An alcohol pad will work just as good, just to kind of wipe the buttons down and the flippy thing where you're touching it. Anything you touch like that on a regular basis for your treatments. Keep it kind of wipe it down every time you use it. So I touch my pump when I start it and when I end it. So I don't wipe it down till it's over. Because I'm just going to touch it again when it's over. So it's pointless to do it at the beginning. But yeah, so the Lysol spray is just kind of like for doorknobs and things like that that you touch constantly. I know that sounds kind of OCD, but as a CF patient, we're very susceptible to getting sick more than anybody else, and a hospital is the last place we want to be. So that's the only kind of thing that I'm a little bit OCD about. And you know what? I never used to be like that, but I caught swine flu last year for the second time. And actually the first time that I caught it in 2009, and I had MRSA in my lungs at the time, which is different than the skin for anybody that needs to know. It's common in CF patients, but I actually got rid of it. But after that, I kind of became more vigilant about hand sanitizer and kind of keeping everything clean, a little bit more OCD about it than what I already was. So things like big events like that and things in that like that I see a patient's life that can really end up taking you out or something like that, or making you very sick or end up in the hospital like I did, kind of changes a person, especially when you're not used to living in like a bubble like I am. I've never let CF control that about me. So but sometimes there's things that happen in your life that cause you to kind of wake up a little bit and go, okay, look, I just need to be a little bit more vigilant about this. And especially during flu season is when I get hellacious about it, like even more than what I already am, like I said. But so now I got to clean my neb cups for the day. So I'm going to put my basket up for the day, back up on my shelf that has like extra alcohol pads in it, and my hypertonic saline and my Casein for the rest of the day up in there, just so I, it kind of reminds me it's right by my bed. So, and I have an alarm on my phone for my midday Casein, because that's almost the one that I miss. I almost miss a lot, but I don't, because I learned to set an alarm on my phone for the midday, because if you're busy and you're on the go, you're like, oh shit, it's very easy to accidentally miss that midday dose. But alarms on your phone are a wonderful thing. But anyway, so now we're going to go downstairs and I'm going to show you how I clean my neb cups. One thing I almost forgot, because like I said, I'm out of Lysol wipes and I'm just sitting here talking away, not thinking about things, is my nebulizer. So if I don't have a Lysol wipe, which I don't, like I said, I'm out of them right now and I need to go to the store. Alcohol pad, same thing. Just basically the main areas that you touch. You can wipe the whole thing down, but like the little handle part, I would just wipe the whole nebulizer down if I were you. You just kind of, especially go over like the button that you touch and the front of it, anywhere you touch, so when you pick it up, you're kind of pretty much touching the whole thing. I don't really touch the cord because it's consistently plugged in, but you can wipe the first like foot or so of the cord if you want. But if you put it away, if you unplug it and put it away every time, mine sits on my nightstand, so it doesn't really get unplugged a lot. If you do unplug it and wrap it to put away, wipe the cord, because you're touching that as well. So there's that. So for my extension, this still has feeding in it from last night. I got to go down and clean it, but I'm just going to give, instead of showing you guys how to do it, because today's kind of busy for me, I'm going to just tell you guys how I do this. So, if it's late when I'm done my feeding, then it stays there till the morning like this is. And then I just take a syringe and push the extra out and run extremely, extremely hot water through it. If it's early in the evening when I'm done my feeding, well, not early, but like, not like 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll take it out and go rinse it that night with my neb cups. It just depends on how my schedule runs. This is able to be boiled, and I do that like every other day. I boil it with my neb cups, so just to kind of sterilize it, and I change it once a week. So that's pretty much my cleaning regimen for my extension. Yeah. Okay, first, excuse my kitchen because I need to do the dishes from last night. So that's not on my first priority for the day. My meds are, so I have to still do them. Anyway, so these are my neb cups. I have for my Toby. Wow, sorry. My hypertonic saline, my Casein, my Parmesan. Okay, let's try this again. Hypertonic saline, budesonide, Parmesan, Casein. Apparently my brain is not on today. I blame it because it's Monday. Now, sorry. Normally I would have a plastic container to do this, but because there is chicken in it in the fridge, that's the only one I have that's big enough to put all my neb cups in, we're going to use the pot as the first step because we're improvising today. Today is all about improvising because Jessica's out of everything. So I put a little bit of dish soap in, and I get the dishwater really, really hot. Turn nothing but the hot on for this step. Excuse my dishes, like I said, for the 400th time. My kitchen's a wreck. Anyway, let me get, what we're going to do is once it gets hot, we're going to just make it a little bit soapy for a second, and then pull it out so we can put all the neb cups in. I'm doing this one-handed, people. I just want to let you know. Because I am like Superwoman. Now, this neb cup right here, once it's time to switch my neb cups, which you do about every 6 months, for any of you CF patients that are unaware, do it every 6 months. It's important. This one I got from my allergist office. It's not a normal neb cup that I use, but it's the one, my budesonide. I was given at the allergist office, and this one I cannot boil to sterilize. So it just gets very hot, soapy water and rinsed very well. But I have extra Perry nebs, so once it's time to switch, this one will get switched over for my budesonide in one of these, and I'll just have to Sharpie it on which one is what, and then I can boil that. But for now, this is the only one that doesn't get boiled, so it just gets really hot, soapy water. So, like I said, doing this one-handed, people, you just kind of put it all in the pot. So give me 1 second so I can do that. Yay, it's all in a pot. So, hot water back on. Yeah, it's definitely screeching hot. And then you just fill it up and let it cover all of the neb cup pieces. And the Casein one's going to be a pain in the ass, obviously. There we go. Okay, so now that it's all covered with hot soapy water, I'm actually going to let that soak for a minute. And how my day goes on Mondays, so it's time for me to make David's lunch. So I'm going to let that soak for a minute while I make David's lunch, and then I'll show you how I finish it off. This paper towel gets thrown away in the trash, and I'm going to wipe this down. I actually have Lysol, not the wipes or the aerosol spray, but the other like cleaning counter spray. I'm going to spray some of that on a paper towel and wipe this down. Let's see if I can show you how to do this. Okay, so the basket that my neb cups were in is obviously dirty. So I do this, I wipe the basket out every time. I'm out of Lysol wipes, but you can just use the regular Lysol spray for this. Or you can use alcohol pad. Alcohol pads are wonderful for everything. Like I said, take out stock in them. Anyway, so I'm going to wipe that out and let it dry while my neb cups are soaking. And I got a pot of water on the stove about to boil. So we can sterilize that, and I do that once a day. At nighttime, I'm usually just so tired that I'm rinsing them with hot soapy water, soaking them and cleaning them really good with hot soapy water and letting them sit for the night. If for some reason I'm done early, then I'll boil them again. But at least once a day is what I do for boiling and sterilization, because at nighttime I'm fucking tired. Okay, so my water's almost boiling, so I'm going to tell you how I get it in the water and then show you how I lay it out to dry. Like I said, I have to rinse. Okay, you have to rinse all the soap off first before you even put it in the pot of boiling water. So get hot, really hot. As hot as you can stand it would be great. Some days my hands can handle straight hot water, and some days I'm like feeling like I'm burning my skin off. So just get it to the temperature as warmest as you can stand it. And start rinsing. So I'm gonna get that rinsing really good. No soap off. Now, like I said, the only one not going in the water is my budesonide nebulizer cup because it will melt. I figured that out the first time that I boiled it. It melted. Not like completely, but it was deformed basically, and it was unusable. I had to get a new cup. But I'm going to switch to the Perry one when it's time to switch cups. Everything else goes in the pot. I guess they designed it for sterilization, which is good, especially for SCF patients. This is the boring part of the blog, where I don't really have a lot to talk about. Whoops. It happens. Just rinse it off. Now, they get boiled for 5 minutes. Some days, if I'm in a hurry, it's like 3, but because we already cleaned them once, 3 minutes in boiling water is sufficient, but 5 is the general practice. Yeah, I put one in there I wasn't supposed to. And I just stuck my hands in boiling water to get it out. Like a dumbass. But I'm fine. I'm not injured. I'm just crazy. That's the difference. It's Monday. I blame all mistakes because it's Monday. My finger really hurts though, because I used my thumb to yank it out. So we're not going to use my thumb under hot water anymore until I can run into the cold water and make it stop cooking. Not too painful though. I'm just nuts. Like I said. Nor am I paying attention to what the hell I'm doing. That time I was smart. That's the only thing that messes me up sometimes is I just don't pay attention to what I'm doing. And I throw the wrong cup in the boiling water. It happens. Don't stick your hands in it like I did. It's because you're so used to throwing everything else in there that, you mess up sometimes. But I didn't have it in there long enough for it to harm it. Only my skin. And that's it. Dump out the water, rinse the pot out, call it a day. That thumb really fucking hurts. Straight cold. Feels so good. Okay, so we're going to let that boil for 5 minutes, and I'm stopping my finger from boiling. And then I'll show you how to get it out and lay it out. Okay, I'm back. Quick pause on the blog, and it's been 5 minutes, so I'm going to pull it off the stove and show you how to safely, don't stick your damn hand in boiling water, don't be dumb like me, safely pull it out and lay it out. So, stove off, and lay a pot holder on the counter. Okay, so now that it's safely removed from the stove, I use a fork. You can use tongs. I don't have a pair of tongs right now. It's on my list of shit I still need for the house. But a fork works good. I have a paper towel that goes in my basket, so, but we're not putting them in the basket. We're going to lay it out so they can dry properly. So I have the budesonide neb laid out already because that didn't go in the boiling. Well, it did, and then I, had to fetch it out. But normally it doesn't go in the boiling water. Jess needs to turn her brain on a little bit more for Monday. But anyway, so just get all of these carefully out. I have nails, so it helps a little bit. You can also be a little smarter than I and just dump it in a drainer. A strainer. Not a drainer. Wow. Apparently I can't speak English or function today. I think I should go back to bed, but I can't. Anyway, you can dump it in a strainer. Mine's currently dirty, so we're using the fork method. And I have nails, so it makes it, like I said, a little easier to get out. They are hot when they come out, so just be careful. Don't burn yourself. The strainer is probably the better method for you to do. My thumb's on fire, by the way. I ran it under cold water, but it hurts. Because clearly I wasn't thinking. And again, this is the other boring part of the blog. I really need to get more than one strainer. Because when mine's dirty, I can use the other one for this instead of fetching it out with a fork like an idiot. Sometimes it works good like that, and I don't have to. Now your paper towel is going to be obviously soaked because it's, you know, some of it has like little nooks and crannies that water can get stashed in. But just let it dry, you know, for most of the day. If you have the counter space, not really if you have the counter space, it's make a spot for it to freaking dry. And then when it's all dry, and you'll know it's dry because the paper towel will be dry, it won't be like soaked with water anymore. You can put it in your basket. Well, if you have a basket. I put it in my basket. I put it in my basket and then I take it back up to my bedroom and put it on my shelf with the rest of my medical crap, you know, my portable hospital I have up there. So anyway, that's pretty much how I clean my nebs and sterilize them. Like I said, I don't boil them twice a day unless I end up having an early night and I'm like way ahead of schedule, which rarely happens. But I boil them definitely in the morning, and but other than that, at nighttime I just rinse them really good with extremely hot soapy water and lay them out like this for the morning. I actually, at nighttime, just let them dry overnight on the paper towel and then bring them upstairs in my basket in the morning for morning meds. So that's pretty much it, like I said. And the only cleaning tips, like I said, I had for you was the Lysol wipes and the Lysol aerosol spray for doorknobs, anything you touch on a regular basis, even cabinet knobs. Just, you know, give them a little spritz every now and then to kind of just keep the germs as much at bay as possible. Obviously, we're not a hospital, we're not an operating room, nothing's going to be totally sterile, but do as much as you can to keep your germs down. Sorry. Keep your germs at bay as much as possible, especially during flu season. It's very easy, especially because other people are in your home. If you don't live by yourself, David's at work all day. He's outside all day. He's around other people. He's touching a lot of stuff. So when he comes home, you know, obviously his hands are all over everything. You know, if you live with your parents or a significant other, your brothers or sisters. Especially, unfortunately, if your brother or sister if you and your brother or sister both have CF, that gets a little tricky. I've never had to experience that. But I'm interested in your comments on how you guys deal with that. If you have a brother or sister that has CF and you have to live with them at home still, what are your here's the question that you can post in the comments. What do you guys do to kind of keep your germs at bay and not share bacteria as much as humanly possible for living together if you both have CF? If you're dating each other and you have CF, I just think you're nuts. But, you know, brother or sister, like family, like that you live with is kind of unavoidable. So what do you guys do to kind of keep your home clean and not pass bacteria or germs as much as humanly possible? See you next time.